Oh wow, I didn't know you loved playing cards. Oh, it's Solitaire, got it. Oh, hello gozaimasu and konnichiwa, what's up guys? It's Colorin here with a Brawl deck, in Historic Brawl specifically. As you might have gathered by the title Sir Lipser here, we are rocking Emry, Lurker of the Loch today. Emry, Lurker of the Loch is a 3-drop Merfolk Wizard that says this spell costs 1 less to cast for each artifact you control. When Emry, Lurker of the Loch ETBs, mill 4 cards, and tap, choose target card in your graveyard, you may cast that card this turn. The entire idea for this deck is built around 2 cards, Paradox Engine, whenever you cast a spell, untap all non-land permanents you control, and Aetherflux Reservoir. Whenever you cast a spell, you gain 1 life for each spell you've cast this turn. Pay 50 life, Aetherflux Reservoir deals 50 damage to any target. Now, the way that we go about this is by casting a bunch of very low-to-the-ground artifacts. Ornithopter, Mox, Amber, Mishra's Bauble, Tormod's Crypt, and the easiest way to explain this is with Tormod's Crypt and Paradox Engine. So with Tormod's Crypt and Paradox Engine, you tap Emry, cast Tormod's Crypt from your graveyard, untap all non-land permanents you control. Emry untaps. You sacrifice Tormod's Crypt, tap, cast again, untap all things again. And with Aetherflux Reservoir out, this means that you can cast infinite number of spells and gain infinite number of life, and therefore ping your opponent down to 0 ideally, unless something has gone terribly wrong. Now, it's not always going to be that cut and dry, so we do have a couple other ways to do it. Obviously, this also works with Mishra's Bauble, but there are other ways to do it through mana reducers, such as Foundry Inspector and Joyous Familiar. This will mean that all of our cards that cost up to 2 if both are on the field, or 1 if only 1 is on the field, will cost 0, being free. Because of that, we will be able to cycle through our deck pretty well with cards like Mystic Forge and Vidalcan Archmage, which allow us to either cast directly from the top, or whenever we cast an artifact spell, draw a card. Meaning that we're going to fill up our grip pretty well as we dig through our deck and try to find one of our win cons, the Aetherflux, or the Altar of Dementia. Altar of Dementia is one of the cards that I decided to throw in here because sometimes Aetherflux isn't going to resolve, and sometimes you just need a sacrifice outlet in order to keep your game plan going. There are only a couple altars in Magic right now that are free sack outlets, Altar of Dementia, Ashnod's Altar. These are ways to put cards back into your graveyard that you can recast with Emry. With Paradox Engine, you can get them out again, and continue going off with stuff like that. Aside from that, there's a lot of protection. Emry really needs to survive, so things like Swiftfoot Boots and Sting are ways to give her haste. Swiftfoot Boots especially is hexproof and haste. We have a lot of counterspells, Offer You Can't Refuse. Pact of Negation is a pretty spicy card to lure your opponent into a false sense of security. Like, they're tapped out. We don't have Fierce Guardianship in this game mode. Pact of Negation time. A bunch of other cards. Memory Lapse. Teferi's Time Twist is a very good one. A good way to re-mill more cards as well as protect Emry. And aside from that, it's really just a bunch of ramp and card draw. Some removal, Raven Form. On the upper end of things, we have Ugin, which is another mana reducer. Specifically, Ugin says, colorless spells you cast cost 2 less to cast, which means it does what both of these things do together. We have Metalwork Colossus, which also can be a free, just big beater, or sacrifice outlet depending on how late the game has gone. Costs X less to cast, whereas to the total of non-creature artifacts you control, which there's a few. More than often, this will cost at least 6 or less. And then in terms of board wipes, River's Rebuke, Flood of Tears, good ways to, if you need 1 or 2 more turns just to go off. Because our combo with Paradox Engine is very glass cannon-y, if Paradox Engine were to be exiled or anything like that, I also have an Intruder Alarm in here, a new addition in the Enchanting Tales of Wilds of Eldraine. Creatures don't untap during their controller's untap step, and whenever a creature ETBs, untap all creatures. For those of you who are familiar with Emry in CDH pods, you don't have your Mirren Spy or your Chakram Retriever to untap Emry infinitely, so Intruder Alarm is the second best thing after Paradox Engine on Arena. But aside from that, that's basically the entire game plan. Here's a glimpse of the full deck list. Also, most of this video was recorded before The Lost Caverns of Ixalan has released, but there are a few cards from The Lost Cavern that I was considering during pre-release spoilers that I would want to throw in this as well. Specifically, the Everflowing Well is a very, very good card for Emry. It's a 3-drop legendary artifact. When it ETBs, mill 2 cards, then draw 2 cards. At the beginning of your upkeep, if there are 8 or more permanents in your graveyard, transform it. The transformed side is the Myriad Pools. At tap, add blue. Whenever you cast a permanent spell, using mana produced by the Myriad Pools, up to 1 other target permanent you control becomes a copy of that spell until end of turn. This is a sneaky way to maybe get in some big damage with Metalwork Colossus, or maybe you needed a little bit more of a push with your Aetherflux Reservoir, gaining double the life instead of just the single increments. It has a lot of versatility, and I think that it probably does have a space in this deck. But that is the best card that I think the new set had to introduce. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, if there's a better option, or if you guys would have any other alternatives aside from what I've thrown in the deck already. For now though, let's hop into some games. Tom Bombadil Sagas. Oh, this hand is a banger hand. Hold on. We still have turn 2 Emry with a Broker's Hideout, but we've got Scrap Trawler, Joyer's Familiar. Like, this is solid. Let's go. Give a hello and pass the turn. Alrighty, turn 2. Stone Idol and Ginger Brute are the notable cards that we milled. Stone Idol specifically because it's a mana rock. Okay. Now, do we cast Ginger Brute holding up? Nah, we're gonna ramp. When have we ever been punished for being greedy? We're gonna ramp. Like, I'll ramp, you ramp, we're doing our own thing. I don't like that. How dare you? I'm glad we ramped. I guess we just compulsive, right? Draw 3? I really don't want to discard a land. So let's decline, and let's discard Scrap Trawler and Memory Lapse just puts it on top. I'm debating. That might be useful later on, actually. Let's discard Ashnod's Altar, because right now it is not useful, but we might need it later. And we'll cast out our Ginger Brute. Give him a nice little crowd surf. Scroll of Isildur. Golos is not good. Do we see a world tree here? With all of your styles, I expect so. Yes, we do. Well, let's get rid of that. And then we'll pass the turn. Counter whatever their big thing is. We get our mana rock back. Let's memory lapse that. That can go on top. Sure. Let's put that back in our command zone, and I'm good with that. One of my favorite cards in all of the game right now. But do I cast it? I've been messed up by Navigation Orb on Arena being cheaper than paper more times than I would like to admit. Put you into play, and we have played a land for turn. Whoops. So, let's just cast Emry again. Tormod's Crypt. Potentially useful. Yup. With that in play, let's not, actually. What do we have? Scrabbling Claw, Ashnod's Altar... No untap effect yet, so let's just cast out Vidalcan Archmage. And cast a Retrofitter Foundry. And play a land, and cast... Merchant's Dockhand, probably? And let's cast Corridor Monitor. Untap our Mana Rock. Silent artifact or creature. Counter a spell, gain control of a thing. Let's see what they do. I forgot that that did that. Whoops. Well... Let's see what happens. Timeless Lotus, yup. Growth Spiral, yup. I'm not dead. But I forgot about step 2. Well, what does that mean for me, besides I'm probably dead? I can pay 2 mana to get 5 mana, but that's not useful. Let's think a little bit. I probably have to draw a card. I can stay... No, I can't. Okay. I was gonna say I can stay alive, but I'm pretty sure I'm just dead here. And you were a turn too late. Unfortunate. Paradox Engine would have actually been a way out because I would have had Ashnod's Altar and infinite mana. Really? Okay. They could have killed me if they took my Foundry Inspector. Did they... Did they punt? I think they punted. Okay. Cool. I think they handed us the game. Because we can tap everything and cast a Paradox Engine? I was dead! They gave me the game because they didn't take my creature. I guess Did they think that they could turn it into Eldest Reborn and get me to sacrifice again? Or sacrifice, like, because it had no things on it? I cannot believe that that happened. So, what would have happened there is, with Paradox Engine and 6 floating mana, I could recast from my graveyard Foundry Inspector, which would untap Emry, Lurker of the Loch. All of my artifacts are reduced by 1. I have 2 more mana, so I'd have 5 floating mana. I could cast Joyrus Familiar, which would untap my artifacts again, and I would have, since it costs 3, I'd have 2 mana, 3, 4 mana. And Ashnod's Altar would cost 1, and from that point on, if I needed mana, I could sack a creature like Gingerbrute for infinite mana. But also, I just had Tormod Script in my bin, which I could just cast, sacrifice, exile their graveyard until I get a card I want with Artifact, Vedalken Archmage. And by that point, my Storm count would be so large that I could win with Aetherflux Reservoir, and if I do not, then I could win with Altar of Dementia, because I could just cast some of my bigger creatures. Like, I essentially have infinite mana. I could sack Foundry Inspector, mill them out for 3 every turn, every cast. But they punt. That was such a huge punt on their part. Oh no. Listen, sometimes you just gotta take what you can get, though. I'm not mad at all. On to the next one. Now, you may have noticed that the deck name is Sir Loves Her Hair. And, the reason for that is because she spends so much time in her locks. Well, we've got a Yawgmoth deck up next, which probably is trying to combo off as well. I'm not fully sure. Oh, jeez. But let's see what they're going to be working with. When it dies, make X squirrels. Okay. Well, we're not going to give him a creature to kill to reduce Emry's abilities, and we hope that we can cast this Swiftfoot Boots this turn, because... oh, jeez. Because we would like some protection for Emry. There's an argument to be made for Mazemind Tome, just trying to ensure that we get our lands and make those better. Because we have an uphill fight against this Yawgmoth right here. Oh, it's fine. Never punished. Now the crazy thing is, they can kill Emry on command if they would like to. So let's cast Swiftfoot Boots and attempt to equip, but most likely Emry will die before she even gets the chance to. We'll see 2 rats go away here. And he will just refill up his hand. Now, Emry will die. We will, I suppose, just play the Soul Guide Lantern, exile target card from their graveyard. Just the Nested Shambler. Not particularly spooky, but I can expect them to probably target the Metalwork Colossus since it's a big dumb. It would be wise for them to target the Ornithopter, though. Okay. So, they have a lot of creatures on field. They have more than enough creatures to keep Emry permanently down. They were right. They did exile the Ornithopter. So they know what's up. They know we're going for a combo. And this game is pretty set and done, locked up. Like, there isn't much that we can do and to stay alive, and they're just gonna keep beating us down. I suppose we can draw 3 cards and try to find a way out. 4, 6. We can decline and discard Filter out here. And Pact also does not seem useful, but we might need it. So let's discard Pact or Filter out and Mind Stone. And then play Combat Courier. There's a chance they could kill it here. Yeah. Because there's just no reason not to. I lose 2 life, they get to draw a card. And we have played against a very, very oppressive deck with a very fast start with Phyrexian Tower Skitter. Which Skitter gets rid of exactly what we are trying to do. No, actually. I don't think I will let you have that. And we'll give him a Karn Surf, as we cannot pay on our upkeep. And yeah, they were in control that entire game. Well, I've matched against the Planeswalker Academy, a 5-color Golos deck. And we can Brainstorm right off the bat, but how will that go? Let's see. This might actually be a terrible hand because of the lack of stuff I can do with it. But I'll probably Brainstorm on their end step and then top Scrap Trawler and Joyous Familiar. Try to get some sort of zesty artifact. An Ornithopter would be amazing because I could cast Emry turn 2. Hello. I'll give him a Bring It On. What you got? Xander's Lounge. I'm just gonna Brainstorm right now. Springleaf Drum, Ginger Brew. So we can top these. Let's do it like that. I keep moving my taskbar to the bottom of my to the side of my screen instead of the bottom. All right. And then let's actually cast Emry. Because we are just professional gamers. Now, if I can't cast Joyous Familiar next turn, I'm probably going to cast Candy Trail, just to get that scry out of the way. Cool. And I will cast that Candy Trail. So it looks like they have some way to interact with me. If it's removal, I'm not particularly spooked. Like, if it's Emry, it's no big deal. They'll probably wait until end step, though, to do it. Yeah, let's draw a card. Which Emry probably will die here, but that's fine. And then we will just pass the turn. Opening ourselves up to a little bit of removal, but I think removal's the scariest thing they can do at this point. And we don't particularly want Metalwork Colossus. Oh, it's just opt? I could Pact it, that'd be funny. And they like what they want on top anyway, and they'll draw a card. Cool, on their end step, that's pretty good. We will sacrifice this, looking at a turn 4 Golos. No, still not keen on pacting it. Thank you very much. Ooh, and they played World Tree. Okay. So let's think about this. Let's cast our Joyous Familiar. If they cast Golos, then we get a turn to deal with things. But we will just Ether Spellbomb now. Just keep building up our artifacts to make sure that it's a good thing. Good to do. Oracle of Moldaya. And an Hour of Promise. And dump their hand. Okay. So they're off to a pretty fast start. Wow. Alright. Let's Mystic Forge. Let's Arcane Signet. Tap the Ginger Brute? Sure. Let's cast Candy Trail for free. Scry 2. Mirage Mirror is funny, but I don't think so. And we can cast that for 1, but I don't particularly want to, because I want to leave up some interaction for if they try to do something spooky. Or we can Pact of Negation, and just spend a turn doing some extra stuff. In which case we most likely will exile the top card. That's fine. Like, there's no reason to offer You Can't Refuse this, because it's not the scariest non-creature spell that they can cast. I know, because Golos is my baby. There's one of them. There's one of the spookiest things they can cast. Even that, though, is not good. Oh, they're running Gates. Jacob Hawken, that's fine. I almost slipped by me because they were, because of what they're doing, but I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 out of 10 gates. So they're a Maze's End deck. So I'm actually not worried about my life at all. And we can just sacrifice this Ether Spellbomb to draw a card. And there's a good card. There's a really good card, chat. So we'll start by casting Ether Flux. And then we'll cast this Ether Spellbomb. And then we'll cast... River's Rebuke is not relevant. That's almost relevant. And then we'll cast this... Search? Maze Mine? We'll cast Maze Mine. And then we'll cast this Search for Azcanta. And it may look like we're shields down, but we have a Pact of Negation. So, your go, opponent. Tatiova on top, a very solid card. They cannot play it, so they might just transform and activate. So they've exiled a card from their hand face down. We don't know what it is. It is ending up being Tatiova. That's fine. Again, it's not the spookiest thing. We don't really care if they have life. At least too much life, because we're just trying to kill them via combo. Sure, Jadzi, very scary under most circumstances. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 gates? Could be better, could be a lot worse. We're not going to counter this. They're going to get Maze's End, but that's not an issue. Because ideally, we're winning. Because with Circuitous Route, Yep, there's Maze's End. Return it to its hand, search for a gate, put it on the battlefield. If you have 10 gates, you win. Well, that's awful. We'll put Gilded Lotus in the bottom for now. We don't necessarily want it. Field of Ruin. Oh, look, a free spell. Oh, look, a free spell. Now, unfortunately, we can't cast this free spell. You know what? Let's draw a card. Let's scry one. Oh look, a mana reducer! That's crazy. Oh look, something that's basically free. Ah, sure, we'll tap you down. We'll play a land for turn, I guess. Cast a, spell. Now... Interesting. Let's spend a mana to draw a card. But it doesn't really matter. Because, oh look, we're out of resources, chat. We can't do anything. I guess I'm gonna cast this and, I don't know, flicker this card? We'll pay the mana for it, I guess. Ah, let's Pact of Negation our own spell. What a shame, you were so close. I didn't mean to cry there, I meant to say good game. It's just where the, I didn't mean to BM him. Oh no. Anyway, we played Solitaire. And holding on to that Pact of Negation actually is what allowed us to do it. That was a sick game. On to the next one, though. Solitaire waits for no man. We are back at it again with some more Emry, Lurker of the Loch, Solitaire. And this hand is pretty good, actually. We've got a nice way to scry and stabilize our future draws, as well as maybe get some mills that we want to. So let's go ahead with that. Yeah, we'll take another lane. And then next turn we can just cast Amulet, cast Emry, and go off. And give a nice little hello to our opponent. We have two pieces of our combo with our commander and Altar of Dementia in play. And a couple good cards in the bin too now. Most likely, if Emry lives, which is unlikely, we will just sacrifice Candy Trail unless we get something better. Bitter Blossom. Yeah, let's sacrifice and recast Candy Trail. And just keep stabilizing our top deck manipulation. You know, the usual. Let's bottom both of these. Because I don't see Emry existing very much in the future. But we could just see Ayara. Nice. Narset, huh? Do we just do the same thing? You know what? Let's take it easy and just make a 3/3 this turn. That seems good. And then we'll just fetch a land and thin our deck a little bit more. A land in the hand is worth 2 in the deck, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of curious as to what the Ayara is doing, because they don't seem pressured at all by Emry. And I'm sure they're sitting on removal. Like a mono black deck not having removal in hand? Doubt it. Now, we just need, in order to deck them out, an untap ability and a mana reducer. So, we're quite a ways off from our game plan here. Crazy. They kill... Oh, they can remove 3 counters. That would have been... that would have been interesting. So they did have the kill spell. Something entered the battlefield. Move into combat? Oh, you're swinging? No, you're not. You know. Okay. One, two, three, 4. Let's start fishing a little more. Let's see what we can get here, because we can fish for a... Alright, search for Escanta, sure. Not what I was looking for, but you know what, it'll be fine. Let's just play out the search, keep surveilling. Like, I don't feel too much pressure right now because I've just got a bunch of 1/1s. I'm not going to attack, force them to, Narset. Nice, they do it on their turn because they know they won't be able to. They do it on our turn because they know they won't be able to. On their turn. Until they kill Narset. They're going for a pretty spooky, board state. Do you attack with everything, though? Probably not. You just swing with 2 and bring it down to 2. And I can chomp up one of them. Zulaport triggers. I don't really feel like River's Rebuking. That can go into bin. But it probably is the best thing, right? Yeah. Yeah. Swifties is good. Yeah, let's rebuke. Get some free damage in too. They'll sack, get a card, I'll lose a life, not super pressured. I just noticed our little name tags, look at that. It's kinda cool. This sets them back pretty far because they either cast their commander or they cast 2 of their 2-drops. Or they cast a 1-drop in their commander, I guess. That's also an option. Now, I have Whir, but the big thing with Whir right now is I don't have any mana rocks. Except for Springleaf Drum. Okay. They don't have a 3rd or 4th land. Oh no. I think we go for our game plan then. I think next turn we will try to deck them out 1 card at a time, I guess. That can go to the bottom. That's fine. Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we will transform here. I think we have enough. Boots alter. Emry. Equip Swifties. Oh, we don't have enough blue. I mistapped. So I guess we can just cast Corridor, Monitor, untap, recast. No, let's just cast Mox, Amber, and go for the turn, the win next turn. We'll go for a next turn win. Hold up filter out if we need, but I don't think we will because they'll just have creature removal, most likely. Because next turn we can cast Whir for 5. Springleaf Drum's in the bin. We have Mox Amber. We should just be able to win pretty quickly here. Dreadhorde is fine, because I do not care about it. Conrad, that would have been bad. Okay, so we will X equals 5 get the most broken card in all of Magic that is on Arena right now. A Paradox Engine. Emry. Let's get Springleaf Drum. Emry. Let's get Arcane Signet. And let's go off. QQ. Stone Coil for 2. Sack it to the altar. Let's see how long they stay here for. QQ. Stone Coil for 2. Sack it to the altar. QQ. Stone Coil for 2. I'll say good game here just to let them know that it is a loop. Sack it to the altar. QQ. I will sit here. I will do it, game. Okay. They did scoop. But we did win with Solitaire. Let's go. Yeah, 3 lands was rough. I think that they were fishing for anything, really, which they were going to get to lands eventually, but at that point, it was just too late. Not the cleanest, but definitely not the slowest way we've been able to win with this deck. Let's just get into another one. Man, I love Solitaire. What a good game. We are back with some more Emry Lurker of the Loch, and it looks like we have one of my least favorite commanders on the other side of the table with Rusko. Rusko is the commander in Arena that I have the least success against. It's just such a strong card. That's cool. We'll just cast out our commander before you can counter it with Wash Away. Got some crazy stuff in our bin. We cannot cast Darksteel Citadel, but we've got Foundry Inspector and Manifold Key. And they scoop. I guess it's just that easy. Have a great mill, and you beat Rusko, I guess. But yeah, Rusko is in my top 3 least favorite commanders ever. And it's not because he's an alchemy card, it's just because he is so oppressive. Because my other 2 least favorite cards of all time are Brawl, Chief of Compliance, and I do not know why, but Talrand, Sky Summoner. I just do not like the guy. But, on to the next one. We are back with some more Emry Solitaire with a pretty good hand. We've got Rahilda on the other side. First strike 2/2. When it deals combat damage, exile a non-land card from their library at random. During any turn you attacked with a wolf or werewolf, you can cast that card. And then it's just a double striker on the backside. Okay. Out with a very aggressive lead, though. Let's cast out an Emry. Let's see how it goes. 1 good source and 2 awful things to mill. Unfortunate. And we lose Emry here? Yes, we do. Okay. Let's just ramp a little bit. Focus on fixing up our mana, getting more things. Let's cast something that we can cast for sure this time. Something like a Midnight Clock. Three, two, two, one. What are we doing here? It'd be really funny if they exiled one of my, like, one of the worst possible things for them to get. Let's focus on the future. Let's play Midnight Clock and foretell Behold the Multiverse. Because the odds of them having, like, the Frostbite card or whatever that would just kill Foundry Inspector is very high. We will see them exile a card here. And they'll probably... Are they just gonna pass the turn so they can transform? It is at random. It is just a bird. Could have gone a lot worse. Delina. So we don't want them to flip at the very least. Okay. That's not bad. Tap the clock, cast the corridor. Untap the clock. Cast the Ether Spellbound. Cast the Emry. I think it's good that we got rid of the lands. I'm not 100% sure yet. Except it's not legendary, huh? No! That's fine, I guess. They've got to have Frostbite, though. Yep. Okay. Do I care more about my game plan or their game plan? I can recast my commander for cheap later on. Let's bounce the commander. Emry cost 5 now, which is not surprising against the mono red deck. Fun fact, a creature with 2 toughness, not great against Bolt, Shock, Frostbite, Lightning Bolt. What else we got? Demon Bolt, Scorching Dragonfire. But we can now Meteor Golem. Because Delina actually would be pretty spooky. So let's just get rid of that. What now, opponent? Don't make me take your Fervent Champion. It's not worth it, but I'll do it. Maybe I won't do it. It's definitely not worth it either way. Rahilda. Do it. Okay. So I do think we found Reinspector. And what will they do with it? Okay. Double attack. Past blocks. Block with my Meteor Golem. Nope. Absolutely not. Embercleave is not one of those cards that I will just let you have, and they concede because of it. Nah, I didn't even consider Embercleave, but no. I'm so glad I didn't take Fervent Champion, because, yeah, sometimes you have... I want to look at that. That's cool. I like how you can scroll over all of them. It's not as good as some of the other effects where you can just spam it, but it's still pretty good. But yeah, that's why you always have a backup plan. Like, I get you just burned your entire turn on an Embercleave and your commander's back in the command zone, but you've only cast him once. She costs 4 next turn. I've just got a Metalwork Colossus, like... I guess I could cast it soon, but... Midnight Clock is the other thing. Like, if they don't have a Braid that's a full hand in a bit, I can see why they would concede. But, like, I wasn't winning. I was on the back foot that entire game, so... Ooh, let's spend our money frivolously. For some reason, I always get pretty good things from the mythic packs with double in them, so... And I got a gold pack. Let's open these first. What do we get? Spiteful Hexmage, solid. Let's open these first. Like, let's see how many mythics we get. 4? That's pretty good. What are my other enchanting tales? Oh, Vampirites. Yeah, because I think if you get a mythic pack and you pull an enchanting tale that is rare, it will be mythic. But I could be wrong. Bitter Blossom. Virtue. Mythic. And Rowan. Okay, let's open our golden pack. What do we got? I did not realize I didn't have a Werefox bodyguard. That's nice. Hedetsugu and Kairi is super fun. Beseech, let's go. Talion, let's go. Atraxa, let's go. All great things. Alright, back to more game. No, I was looking through my stuff and I was going to build like a... I don't remember if it was on here or not. I don't think Karth is on here, but I was looking at building Karth the Lion Super Friends. And something along the lines of that was like, do I have Doubling Season on Arena? And I do not. So I am saving up and pulling for those mythic packs just to get a wild card like I did, or to get a, something else. This is a super risky hand, and I do not want to keep it. This is a much better hand. Bag. Oh, that's so much better. Let's Arcane Signet into Emry. What do we get? Scrabbling Claw, Metalwork Colossus. Nothing great. Next turn we Cold Steel Heart. Sure, thank you so much. That's so nice of you. And now we can hold up Time Twist? Okay. Let's play the heart. We can hold up Time Twist later. Blue. Retro. Pass. Now, even if they kill Emry, Emry still will just cost 1. And we can Time Twist then. Oi! Oi, hey, stop that. Hey. That's not very cool. What do you take, though? It's probably Metalwork or Scrabbling, right? What? Oh, Maze Mind. I forgot that was in there. Hold up. Let's go. Combos. Combos, baby. Let's go. Recast. Ah, yeah. And we can just... Yeah, let's keep doing it. Let's keep casting things. Brainstorm isn't bad. I'll kill it. I'll kill it. Volo. Get out of here, Volo. Okay, what's on top? What do we have? Scrabbling Claw? Let's do this first. Yup, that's why we do that. 2 on top in any order. Sure. Play a land. Play a Mind Stone. And I think we're good with that. I think we can just leave it like it... What? Wait. Sacathopter. Castathopter. And we've got a pretty tasty little ramp package. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We can cast you for free, I guess. 2 Uros, not bad. But we can Scrabbling Claw the Uro if they don't attack. And if they do attack, we can't. It's just that simple. They scooped? I guess I was off to a pretty aggressive start, but like... Oh, they whiffed on lands. They only had 4 lands. That's super unfortunate. That sucks. Because like, if they didn't attack, I was gonna Scrabbling Claw, get rid of their Uro. We got at least Skyclave that we can duplicate. Like, we were off to a very good start. All we needed is a payoff. That's fair. Better luck in your next run, opponent. but we will be on to the next one. Turgid, God of Fright. Hope of Girapur, Mind Stone, Palladium Mirror. This is a pretty okay hand. Let's go for a turn 2 Mind Stone into Hope, and then turn 3 Palladium Mirror. Or an Ornithopter of Paradise. Mind Stone. Hope of Girapur. This means we can't connect with Hope, unfortunately, but it is what it is. They're probably just gonna kill it, right? Pilfer. Sure. What you got? They take the Pact because they want Emry or Turgid to land. We'll take Emry, Lurker of the Locked, and play it. Kill Spell, maybe. Kill Spell coming in. Some banger cards in the bin. Dang, they saw through my plan. Foiled. Alright, let's cast Palladium Mirror. Do they just cast Turgid, or do they have another game plan? Okay. What do we do now? We can do that. Cast out Videlkin Archmage. Move to combat. Swing with Hope. Sacrifice Hope. They cannot do things until my turn now. That's fine, though. Completely forgot about that part of it, but it's okay. This means that we can Moment of Truth, though, without any, disregard. Do you sack it? Meant to do that on my turn, but it's fine. Let's Palladium plus Foundry. Artifacts cost less. Draw a card. Awesome. Land for turn. Tap Emry. I think Mystic is the better one here. Mystic for 3 mana. Draw a card. Nettle Cyst is good, I suppose. Very good finisher. Ginger Brute, draw a card. You may cast artifact spells. Okay. And from there, I guess we'll just ship it to them. See what they do, what they come up with. If they do something that mass sacrifices, let's counter it. But I think I can sack 1 or 2 things without being spooked. Unless they target Archmage. Exile it? What? Nah. I don't think I'm gonna let you do that. That's fine. I don't have any way to get it back, but that's fine. That spell fizzles. Oh, it doesn't fizzle because of the period. Yep. Yeah, sure. No blocks. Let's exile the top card of this library. Bag of holding for free. Exile the top, most likely. No, nah. Let's draw 2. That for 1. Fabled to get a reshuffle. That's fine, I forgot about it. You can have it. Yeah, sure. Anything you'd like to do for 5 mana specifically? Or are you just getting it out of the way right now? Cast a Sting, cast a Crypt, cast a Retrofitter, cast a Candy Trail. River's Rebuke isn't bad. River's Rebuke actually saves me some mana here. Tap a Springleaf, cast a Springleaf Drum, cast a Moment of Truth, probably? Hold on, how much mana do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's cast a Nettle Cyst. Just a 13/13. Do we equip it though? Sure, let's equip it. 14/14. With haste. Okay. And if I sacrifice it, nothing happens. What you got, opponent? We solitaired long enough. Now it's your turn. That's no fun. Yeah, sure. Legendaries and non-legendaries, or just non-legendaries? Destroy all non-legendaries, huh? Okay. You got it. Yup. Now this actually doesn't do anything for them right now. Okay. Let's tap 1, 2, cast an Ugin, destroy Turgid, cast an Ether Spellbomb, exile the top card of my library, cast a free Moon Silver, cast a free Traveler's Amulet. How much mana do I have up? Whoa. 1, it looks like. Let's equip Sting. No, no, we will not equip Sting. Search for a basic. Play a land, play a Swifties. Equip Swifties? Yeah. And we will pass the turn after that. Here you go, opponent. I've cast a significant number of artifacts. And I get a free shuffle. Do we expect to see a Turgid? Sure. Yep. Oh no, I forgot to float. Whoops. Goodbye, Ugin. What does that mean now? We can drop River's Rebuke. I forgot to float Ugin. Oh, goodbye. I should have tapped... Yeah, I should have Springleaf drummed to equip Hasties. That's fine. I mean, you could have attacked me, I guess, and killed Ugin. That would have been probably better. Main phase, anything? Nope. Yep, they see what they did now. Well, let's Emry. Let's equip Emry with Sting. Let's tap Emry and cast a Foundry Inspector. For this mana, I suppose. And then let's untap Emry. No attacks. Nah, I think we're good. And let's cast a Joyra's Familiar. And I think we Brainstorm next turn, so I think we hold on to it. Let's just end the turn with our, essentially Ugin. It's basically Ugin. It's an ETB effect. I think the spookiest thing right now would be trigger it into a sacrifice effect. What are you looking at? Why are you looking at your bin over there? What's going on? What you doing? From your graveyard? Nah. I'm taking a bit of damage here, though. I'd really like to find my, my Ether Flux. Do I block here? Save some life. I think I do. Move my command with Command Zone. Move to my turn. Free Merchant Dockhand. Free Ornithopter. Cast a Brainstorm. Put a Island and Azcanta on top. Play a fetch land. Look at us not Brainstorm locking ourselves. Gain a life, which is important. Soul Guide Lantern. Get rid of that Black Sun's Twilight real quick. Cast an Emry. That's pretty good. Equip an Emry with Swifties. Cast an Ether Flux Reservoir. Cast a Mox Amber. Guardian Idol. Moment of Truth. And they scoop it up. They see the writing on the wall. We have solitaired our way to a victory, because we could have dug a little bit deeper with Springleaf Drum, our Mystic Forge. Did we have any other things that we could do to draw cards? Soul Guide, Ether Spell Bomb. It was pretty solid all around. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and the most important advice of the day, always remember to tell the people in your life that you care about that you love them. For now, though, that's going to be it for me. If any of these commanders on field seem fun, cool, or exciting, let me know, or let me know if you want to see one built that isn't on this list. But, leave a like if you enjoyed the video, subscribe if you want to see more content, and leave a comment down below seeing what you want to see. See ya!